has been too long since I told a story. Are you ready? Perfectly pre-cooked, juicy beef, seasoned a la Mexicana, wrapped in a layer of cheese, kissed by heaven, and rolled in a crispy tortilla shell. That is how one describes the stuff of legends. A taquito. I cannot stress how important it is to know the difference between a taco and a taquito. Every bite is pleasurable because you can freaking one bite all day. Wow, put a new one in. I'm sorry, but you have to know how serious I am about this because it was on the night before May 5th, the eve of Cinco de Mayo, which is also another commonly celebrated holiday, May 4th. 14, and I was already expressing my profound love for Star Wars and taquitos. Why? Why was I making taquitos at 12 a.m. on May 4th? Why was I doing this? It was in my Spanish class. My Spanish class, we were having a Cinco de Mayo party, and I was blessed with the task of snacks. Yes! 8 a.m. I roll up to the school and my mother drops me off with this aluminum foil container full of taquitos. What you got in there? Nothing. I was convinced that I was gonna play it cool. Everybody freaking knew about taquitos. Like, everybody knew about taquitos, right? And like, if everybody knew that I was bringing taquitos in this aluminum container, when I got to my 6th period class and I ripped off that foil, all the little grubby hands are gonna be ready to grab my taquitos. And I wanted to be the first person to know so that I could grab as many as I could. I knew if they knew, I wouldn't be fast enough. There'd be nothing left. You don't bring snacks to school for other people. You don't do things. No. Like freaking manna from heaven. I had 5 periods to get through. Taquitos! So I play it cool. El Taquito Stealthioso. 2 periods go by. Unsafe. And I'm a little nervous, you know? Because it's gym class. Anybody who goes to gym class knows you just don't leave anything out that even remotely resembles food in a boy's locker room. No, just don't do it. You're gonna have that one kid, you know, always only that one kid, okay, who's gonna get up and, oh, I forgot my gym sneakers. And he's gonna run back to the locker room, and that's it. Done. Game over. I've seen many a bag of chips in my day, okay? Just suddenly Houdini out of existence. Taquito Stealthioso. So I was late onto the court because I was spending the next 5 minutes like trying to shove my taquitos into the locker without damaging the contents. Coming! As I'm shoving these taquitos into the locker, it crosses my mind for a brief moment that this is where I store all of my sweaty clothes and my gym sneakers. But I was already running late, and I didn't want to incur any further wrath from the higher powers that be. First, I had to go. I had to really go. For the next 10 minutes, I'm dropping depth charges at submarine levels. I was there too long. You lose the feeling in your legs, and they just get numb. And you stand up, and you're like, I was there, leaning against the side of the stall, just, come on. But I was okay because I knew in 3 more periods, I was gonna have taquitos. Taquito Stealthioso. Oh, flush! Whoosh! Pooh! Out the door! The game starts. It's one of my favorites. It's like freaking volleyball of death. There's only 1 ball, and it's huge! Like, freaking massive thing! And then both teams are like, trying to lob it back and forth. And we're on the brink of losing. And this giant monstrosity of a sphere is just hurling in my direction. And I know that I'm the furthest one in the back. It's up to me. I have to save the game. You don't just not try when there's a chance for glory. You gotta go for it. So I did. So here I am. I'm running back. As fast as I could go. As fast as my little chicken legs will carry me. These just hit puberty legs. And I realized that I'm not going fast enough. At the ferocity and speed that's going, it's still going over my head. So I do what any athletically minded person in my position would have done. And I jumped. But I didn't just jump. I flew. I launched into the air. I'm like a rocket. I'm like boom, I'm like high-fiving Goku, like as he's flying by in the Nimbus. I made those Red Bull guys and those commercials look like pansies because I was growing literal Pegasus wings out of my back as I was being lifted into the air by Silverhawks. And I look around, and time stops. I breathe. And then I see the ball right there, in my face. And I think for a moment, if I was catching the ball was catching me. Right in my face. And like a freaking samurai death blow instinct, my arms wrap around the ball. Freaking this monstrosity just rides me to the floor like wrestler Stone Cold Austin style, just like an idiot. I didn't just jump up. I jumped back. Doing this number. I'm going, here's the ball, like that, and I'm doing this, so my body is freaking perpendicular to the floor. Silverhawks and Goku, where were you? Where did you go? My back hits the floor. My head snaps back. Ball freaking smacks me in the face. Because it's a freaking jerk. I'm just laying there like, did I do it? Did we win? Oh, but I caught it. Oh, but yeah, I caught it. Fisty bumps. That's what I deserve. Some fisty bumps. If you have ever been caused any kind of extreme bodily harm, you know what I'm talking about. When you get up, you're like, everything's okay, and everything's alright with the world, and you were so wrong. And I knew this right away. Started coughing up blood. Not just coughing, just coughing up blood. I was immediately rushed to the nurse, and the nurse starts checking me, and the teacher's looking at me, and people I've never seen before in my life are looking at me, and they all look at each other and they start nodding. Yep. He needs a doctor. What are you doing? What are you here for? Like, I think I know I need a doctor. Do you not see the blood that is coming out of my mouth? And then about that time, my mom shows up, and she is hysteric. And I can only imagine that they would have called her with such a dire tone. This is his mother speaking. Come quick, your child is coughing up blood. He's dying. At this point, I was able to walk and stand and talk, and the blood had sort of subsided a little bit, and I was a little weak, but I was okay. Then, before I left with her, somebody had brought all of my items for me from my locker. And then, that's when I saw them. The taquitos. A little squished, but overall, it was okay. It was okay. They were taquitos. And I realized that as I was going to be heading to the doctor's office, that I was going to sit in my mother's car and eat taquitos. And then the inevitable happened. Who do I see rounding that corner for no freaking apparent reason? My Spanish teacher. What happened? What happened? Where are you going? Of course. I told her everything, spare no detail. Because when you're in school and you have a legitimate reason to be out of class, you tell everybody. And then, without prior consent, breaking the Taquito Delivery Treaty of 1457, my mother reaches over the table and picks up the taquitos and hands them to my Spanish teacher.
These are for you and your class.
Oh, thank you! No! 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 Ooh, it smells good. What's in there?
Oh, those are taquitos.
Oh! As I'm being carried away from these little life givers as they round the corner. I'm taken off to the doctor's office. I wait for an hour just so that the doctor can look at me and go, "No, you don't have anything wrong with you. Just be careful next time, okay?" You mean no concussion? Nope. No broken bones? Nope. No internal bleeding? Nope, nope. I lost taquitos? For this? What? So, I go back to school the next day, and I'm slumped in my chair. Not saying a word, because that's how furious I was. And I go through all 5 periods, until I get to 6th period. Spanish class. And everybody's packing up for the end of class, and I hear a few kids talking about yesterday's party. Specifically, I hear one of them mention a certain snack food. You remember yesterday's party? Yeah, I do! Like, who brought those taquitos? They were so nasty! Like, they tasted like sweaty gym shorts! Nobody was looking, but if they were, they would have seen a little smile across my face. Because I knew. Taquitos! Ah! Vindication! Taquito Stealthioso! I unintentionally dropped the chief on all my classmates.